We have discussed the meaning of industrial relations, objective of industrial relations, benefits of industrial relations. And we are going to see what are the different models. These are known as different approach, different theories of industrial models, industrial relations models, theories or approach, different analysis. So out of this, nothing is wrong, nothing is right, but conceptually we have to understand there are three approaches broadly. From exam point of view, we should remember these three approaches. Three different models. The first one is unitary model. Then the second one is pluralistic model. Third one is Marxist model. Unitary approach, pluralistic approach, Marxist approach. So what are these three? We'll understand. Unitary approach. The name itself says about the meaning. Unitary approach means there is a unity. There is a unity between whom? Employer and employee, the workers and management. There is no third party involved in this. What is written? The unitary, respective and theoretical model contends that organizations are one harmonious unit. Ideally, employees and managers work together to accomplish company's goal without the influence of trade unions or other third-party entities. In this case, there is no involvement of the third party. Who are the third party? Different unions, government. So there is a strong unity between the workers and the management. So they work together for the company goal, company objective. They are very close to each other. So that approach is called unitary approach. So most of the company are adopting this because they believe that all the conflict, all the problem arises between the workers and management. If they are together, they are helping each other, they know each other, so there won't be any requirement of the third party. So that without their influence, without their involvement, so everything can be solved. That is the purpose of unitary approach. That is the meaning of a unitary approach. So there is a unity between the workers and management, and there is no involvement of the third party. The second one is pluralistic. This is quite different, quite opposite of unitary approach. Here, in this approach, the theory says, whoever invented this theory says, each and every company, you take any company, any organization, small or big, there is a conflict, there is a problem within the company. So to solve that, to understand that, there is a need of different unions, different body, different government organization. There is a requirement of third party involvement. In the first approach, unitary approach, it says no requirement of third party involvement. So everything can be managed between the workers and management. In the second approach, in pluralistic approach, it says there is a requirement. If there is a company, there is a conflict. तमरा गोटे बिजनेस अच्छी माने तमरा किसी ना किसी प्रॉब्लम अच्छी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अच्छी ताको सॉल्व करिया पई you have to take help from the different people, different persons. So that is told in the second approach. Unitary approach, pluralistic approach. So both are kind of opposite to each other. In unitary approach, there is no need of third party involvement. In the pluralistic approach, there is a requirement, there is a need of third party involvement. Then another thing is Marxist. Marxist approach is what? There is a little difference between Marxist and pluralistic. Kind of similar, but there is a difference. You try to understand this. In Marxist approach, the model says the same thing. There is a need of all this third party groups. That means it could be unions, it could be your group, teams, government. But in pluralistic, it says each and every company has some conflict, some disagreement. So there is a need of all this. In Marxist, so only capitalist market. What does it mean? Capitalist means the management who is exploiting his employees. Suppose गोटे कंपनी रा मैनेजमेंट कंपनी बहुत बड़ा बहुत पैसा अच्छी तारा एम्प्लॉय मान को से एक्सप्लॉइट कर that is called capitalist. He controls the government, controls the nation, controls the budget, controls the country's economy. That kind of management, if they exploit that workers, they don't listen to anyone. That kind of people is called capitalist market. In that kind of markets, there is a requirement of trade union, strikes to take the concern to that management. So once the requirement is listened by the management, then management will do their action. So Marxist approach says there is a requirement between the employee and employer whenever there is a problem for due to capitalist management. So that is the only difference. In pluralistic, every time there is a need. In Marxist, the need comes only if capitalist market, capitalist management is exploiting the owner, exploiting the workers. The owner is exploiting the workers. Then only the relations comes into picture. So these are three different models, three different approach theories for industrial relations. Unitary approach, pluralistic approach, Marxist approach. So these three are important. So in some author there are some more approach, but these three are everywhere you will find these three. For exam perspective, this approach is important to remember. Unitary approach, pluralistic approach, Marxist approach. To remember this, easy way is unitary approach is unity between the employee and employer. Pluralistic approach is you have to involve everyone, all the parties to resolve the issues. There could be a lot of problem, lot of issues, lot of conflict, disagreement when there is an organization. If you have a company, you have a organization, you have some outlets, then definitely there is a conflict, there is a difference between you and your workers. So those difference can be resolved and sorted out through different unions, employees, subgroups, or different stakeholders who are involved in this relation. That is pluralistic approach. Marxist, it says the same thing, but only difference is in Marxist thought, it is told that the differences comes due to capitalist management. And the management is exploiting or getting more work from the team members. Both hotouchi, both kamo korouchi, but not listening. କିଛି ଶୁଣିନି, କିଛି workers ମାନଙ୍କର demand ଦାବି ଯାହା ଅଛି କିଛି ଶୁଣିନି. In that case, there is some conflict. See disturbance ଆସିବ employee ଆଉ employer ଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ. In that disturbance, you need a unions, you need subgroup, you need government involved to resolve that. That kind of involvement is due to the exploitation of management on workers. So that is Marxist approach. So this three approach is very important. Remember for your exam perspective. In next class, we'll read about details of trade union, what are the characteristics, why it is there, what is the role of different trade union. We'll understand that. Mostly we'll read about trade unions in the next class. Next class is on Monday. I will send the schedule. Meantime, whoever joined, whoever forgot to give the attendance, please give me the attendance in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Once you give the attendance, we'll close the class here. Do you have class in the afternoon?